So kids are heading back to the classroom today in Tacoma as COVID-19 cases in children also continue to rise. Tacoma-Pierce County Health Department reminding everyone, if you are eligible, to please get vaccinated. And we wanted to share a personal story with you about COVID-19 and vaccinations as well. So joining me this morning, Dusty Lane with the Tacoma-Pierce County Public Health Department with a personal story as well related to this. Dusty, good to see you. Good morning.
Same, Liz. How are you?
I'm good, good. I appreciate you joining us here. So let's talk a little bit. First, I want to point out you wrote a story for the health department's website, and I want to read a little bit of it here, saying that I think a lot about how I'd feel if I gave COVID-19 to someone who was pregnant or to a child, including my own. Going on to say, what if I give it to a nice lady who cuts my hair and spreads it to her clients? What if I'm the reason someone goes to the hospital? How would I feel if they died? I mean, and those are really personal thoughts, and I think a lot of people have had those same thoughts that have sort of driven them during the pandemic. I mean, talk a little bit about why you wrote this.
Yeah, I wrote it because, obviously the health department gets lots of feedback from people on social media and through email and phone calls and all that. And we hear a lot from people about why they aren't getting vaccinated. And a lot of the time it's because they sort of feel like there's not enough risk to them personally to warrant getting vaccinated or even like wearing a mask when they're out there. They feel like, I'm young and healthy. Why should I do this? And, honestly, I kind of get that. Like, I'm young and I work out occasionally and I even eat some broccoli from time to time. And, even if I thought a lot about this during the pandemic, even if I wasn't worried about myself dying from COVID, I am worried about sort of giving it to other people. And I think people sometimes kind of miss out the idea that it's not just about their own health. And it is about their own health. Like, long COVID is terrible. Some people go to the hospital. Young people die sometimes. But really, when you're getting vaccinated and doing all these other things, you're also protecting the people around you. And so I kind of wanted to say that on a personal level and sort of explain how I came to that conclusion myself. And also kind of get the message out there that if you are vaccinated and you are following these precautions, maybe have that personal conversation too, and explain to your friends and family why you've chosen to get vaccinated and wear a mask.
Yeah, I think that's a good reminder, especially during the pandemic. We've talked a lot about self-preservation and self-care, but we're also, none of us are on an island. I mean, we're talking about a community here, the county, the state. So those are really good words there. It's really interesting. I want to ask you, you and your wife both work for the health department, and you have a pandemic baby. Can you talk about the backstory?
Absolutely. So I work in communications at the health department. I've been there about 3 years now. And my wife got there about 6 months after I started. She's a food inspector during regular times. And we took a trip to Alaska for my birthday last March of 2020, right? And we got back the day after my birthday and found out she was pregnant. And then the day after that, I found out I was what they call activated by the county, which means when you sign on for the health department, you sign this little piece of paper that says, if there's ever a public health emergency, I could leave my normal role and do other things, and you might even have to travel. And I kind of signed that thinking, yeah, whatever. And then sure enough, I got activated, which meant that I left my office. I went to the Pierce County Emergency Operations Center. We're working alongside cops and firefighters, and the mayor's there and the county executives there. Everybody's sort of there working together to try and deal with this. And this is the day after I found out I was having a baby. So it was kind of crazy, a couple days into it, me, Liz, I'm a little bit emotional. I went out in the parking lot with one of my coworkers and had a little breakdown. It was a whole thing. And then, everybody's living and breathing the pandemic. And my wife and I are also working it. She got activated as well to be a contact tracer. And she ended up being one of 3 supervisors for this big, huge program that we kind of built from scratch. So she's busy calling people who just got COVID. And I'm busy putting out all this communication for COVID. And it's all we're thinking about other than the fact that we have this baby coming.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to say, I'm glad you're telling us this because we've seen the statistics and we hear about the people who are working at the county and for the fire department. And I wanted to ask you about that because you mentioned your wife is making phone calls to people who are finding out they're sick. And I want to ask, personally, from her perspective, what has that been like?
It's crazy. She's not doing it anymore. She's back to her normal job as a restaurant inspector right now. But it's crazy. When she was doing it, she'd call people, and sometimes it was the first they heard about it, and sometimes they'd be scared. Sometimes they're worried. Sometimes they're embarrassed. But what I kind of came to realize, what she came to realize, is that same thing of we're all sort of links in a chain, and people would find out they were sick and immediately realize, oh no, the health department is now going to anonymously contact people that I've been in contact with and tell them they might be sick now. And I saw my grandma the other day, or I saw, somebody who's pregnant the other day, and now they're at risk. And I played a role in that.
Dusty, I appreciate that. And I think that story is a good reminder that, once again, I mean, none of us are on an island. We are all in this together. We appreciate your story this morning. Thank you.
Yeah.
We've got Dusty's full post, by the way, on our website, Q13fox.com/links. So make sure you check that out.